Okay, I think we're all ready. Mr. Mosley, please raise your right hand. You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? I'm muted. Can you hear
I
me
do.
anyway? Okay. All right, and did not rename myself. And I cannot do it. Why not? There it is.
We can hear you, Judge.
Okay, all right. This is cause number 655-883, the state of Texas versus James Clark Mosley. Counsel, please make your announcements.
Thank you, Judge.
Sanchez for the state.
Eddie Ramirez for defendants. I'm co-counsel with Mr. Jules Etheridge, who is under the weather today. So it will just be me representing Mr. Mosley today.
Thank you. All right, so are you James Clark Mosley?
Yes, I am.
Are you a U.S. citizen, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
You are charged with the offense of obstruction of a highway. Is that the way the original information was presented?
Yes, ma'am.
No, Your Honor, the state would move to alter and amend the information by adding an additional count, an obstruction of a highway, waiving and abandoning count number 1 and proceeding solely on count number 2.
Any objection?
Objection, Your Honor.
All right, so I am going to make an additional amendment to it, to obstruction of a roadway. Anybody have an objection to that?
No objection,
No
Your Honor.
objections, Judge.
All right, so Mr. Mosley, you see on the screen defendant's waiver of constitutional rights. You recall going over this with your attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, as you can see, you're charged with the offense of obstruction of a roadway, which I have made the correction to my copy, and it will be corrected to the file copy. Also, you see that, okay. The range of punishment for obstruction of a roadway is a Class B misdemeanor is up to 180 days and or a fine up to $2,000. I'm going to mark the box. It says Class B. Do you understand what the range of punishment is, Mr. Mosley?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we're going to go to page 2 where it says defendant's signature. Okay, do you understand, did you sign that, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, do you understand that by signing that document, you are waiving your right to a jury trial, your right to remain silent, as well as all those other rights listed on that document?
Yes, ma'am.
If you have an agreement with the state and I follow it, and then later on, you just want to change your mind, you want to take your plea back, you would need my permission to do that, and I do not have to give that permission. Do you understand that, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
If I assess a harsher punishment than what you have agreed to, you can take back your plea, and nothing that you've said or signed for today for this hearing can be used against you. And if you plead no contest, and you are not choosing that according to your waiver, so I'm going to go past that. So, Mr. Ramirez, have you had an opportunity to discuss the charge with Mr. Mosley?
Yes, ma'am, I have.
In your opinion, does he have a factual as well as a rational understanding of the charge?
He does, Your Honor.
Has he been able to assist you in his defense?
He has.
Have proved the waiver? Is there an agreement?
Sure.
Yes, Your Honor, the agreement is a $700 fine with
I'm
court,
sorry, say that again.
$700 fine, Judge, 700,
Okay,
with court costs, 12 months deferred adjudication, 48 hours of community service, that's 4-8. The DWI education course, DIP course, an ATP evaluation, ignition interlock for half the term, $60 reimbursement to the Texas Department of Public Safety, and a $50 Crime Stoppers fee.
Mr. Ramirez, is that your understanding of the agreement?
It is, Your Honor.
All right, so Mr. Mosley, to the offense of obstruction of a roadway, how do you plead, sir?
Guilty.
Is anybody forcing you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am.
Are you doing this of your own free will?
Yes, ma'am.
I will accept your plea. I am not making any findings of guilt. I'll place you on deferred adjudication for a period of 12 months. Assess a $700 fine plus court costs. You are to complete 48 hours community service, the DWI education course, the victim impact panel, the ATP evaluation, and install ignition interlock on your vehicle for 1/2 your term of probation. Pay a $60 restitution fee to DPS and a $50 Crime Stoppers fee. Is there anything further? Well, yes, let me add one more thing. I'm going to give you an additional option. If you are fully vaccinated for COVID, or if you choose to become fully vaccinated for COVID, you show your proof of vaccination to the probation department. I will give you 24 hours community service credit against those 48 hours. But that is just strictly an option, not mandatory. Okay, is there anything further from defense?
No, Your Honor.
Anything further from the state?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
All right, so Mr. Mosley, I have followed your agreement, so you do not have a right to appeal, but I do want to impress on you that deferred adjudication is a very special resolution for your situation. If you keep all your promises, you will not have a conviction. But the court expects you to comply 100% with all the terms and conditions of your probation. Because if you do not comply, I can revoke your community supervision, assess up to 180 days in Bear County Jail, and or a fine up to $2,000. And you would have a very limited right of appeal. So the downside is really very significant. I just want you to be fully informed. Okay, there is one more thing I need to go over with you. You filled out a personal data sheet. Do you swear that everything you put on that data sheet is true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, we are going to adjourn, and I'm going to ask you to meet with Mr. Corey Richardson, our CLO. He's going to give you important information on how to proceed and what to expect. We're still in this pandemic that has made life so difficult for us. Communication has been one of the biggest victims of this pandemic. So when you call your supervising officer, later on in a couple of days or whenever, I need you to be sure that if for some reason you don't get an answer, or line's busy, or the mailbox is full, follow up with an email or a text message. Okay, that's the best way to protect yourself. All right, I want to wish you the best of luck, sir, and I hope you have a great future. At this time, this hearing is adjourned. I'm going to ask you to watch your screen. You will get a prompt so that you can go to a breakout room and meet with Mr. Richardson. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Judge.
Thank you, Mr. Ramirez. You have a wonderful afternoon. If you would like to join Mr. Mosley, you're welcome to do that, to meet with Mr. Richardson.
I would, please. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Ms. Livingston, good afternoon. How are you doing?
Hi, Judge. I'm okay. How are you?
You're okay? But you're really,
Just kind of swamped.
I know.
We all
That's-
are.
It's really stressful, isn't it? I mean,
It is. Cases are not being resolved, and then I've never had this many cases pending at one time. And I know I'm preaching to the choir with the DA's office there, but at least they have the power to get rid of them, and I really don't. So,
well,
and I'm sorry I wasn't there this morning. I just had too many Zooms.
I understand. It really can't be in two places at once. Okay, so who is your client, ma'am?
His name is Farshad Isalo. I think that's how it's pronounced.
Do you happen to have a cause number on that?
Yes, 662434.
Okay, 662434. Okay. No, I must be looking at the wrong docket. I'm looking at
I'm sorry, I
yesterday's.
don't know exactly where it is on your docket.
Yeah, it's actually, I picked up the wrong one. I brought it from home and so I got the wrong one. Thank you. All right, so, and so, have you talked to your attorney? I mean, to your client? Because I don't think he is here.
He's not, he's homeless.
Oh.
The person, I did have contact with him. I mean, we had a bond hearing while he was still in custody, but that was last summer. But the person he's accused of assaulting owns a restaurant, and they came from, I believe, Los Angeles to start a new restaurant here.
Oh.
And my client was living with the complainant, and then he was charged with assault. So I don't know where he is, and I mean, I hate for a warrant to go out for him, but I don't know what else there is.
Right. Well, do you want to talk to the state and see if there's an update on anything?
Okay. Oh, and also he filed some sort of a civil action against the complainant for not paying him for working or something. Anyway, the attorney that's handling that, it's in federal court. He had sent me an email telling me that Mr. Farshad was, or that Mr. Isalo was trying to contact me. And so I have emailed both of them back. All I have it for my client is an email. So I emailed him and that other attorney, and I haven't heard anything back from him either. So I don't know.
Yeah, well, maybe the state might have more information that would be more.
Okay.
So
Okay,
we'll give you a breakout room momentarily, okay?
great.
Um,
Thank you.
we only have one prosecutor with us right now. We're going to get one more plea out of the way, and
That's
then
fine.
that prosecutor will be joining you, okay?
Yes.
All right, thanks. All right, at this time, we're going to well, Mr. Goins is here, right? Okay. Mr. Michael Goins?
I'm here, Judge.
Okay, so are we going to be able to do that plea on Miss Long?
Everything's been turned in, and I don't know if she's online yet or not.
I don't see her. I don't know that she, I'm going to check the waiting area, the waiting room. Was she going to come in through Zoom or in person? Do you know?
Through Zoom, Your Honor.
Okay. There's someone outside. We're going to check and see.
Okay.
Oh, okay. No, it's not Miss Long. Do you want to take a minute and call her? I mean, because the good thing about Zoom is if she can do that.
I will, Your Honor.
Okay, all right, we'll come back to this then in a minute. Okay, thank you. All right, I guess we're gonna wait another 5 or 10 minutes, Miss Sanchez, if you wanna help Miss Levenstein out.
So I'm gonna go into the breakout room right now.
Thank you. Okay, Ms. Long is here. Good. All right. Good afternoon. Could you please unmute yourself, Ms. Long? Okay, great. And Mr. Goins?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so Ms. Long is here, so we can go ahead and proceed on this. Do you have, there we go. All right, okay, we're ready to go. All right, Ms. Long, will you please raise your right hand and be sworn, ma'am? Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
All right, you may lower your hand. This is cause number 665600. The state of Texas versus Jamila Long. Council, please make your announcements.
Michael Goins for the defendant, Your Honor.
Well, you know what? I forgot that Ms. Sanchez is conferring right now.
Okay, Your Honor, I wondered what happened.
We'll wait 2 seconds. I mean, a couple of minutes, I think.
I understand.
It's not going to take long. Thank you. Good afternoon. Just have a seat. We'll be with you in a second, okay? Thank you. Okay, I think I'm muted, right?
Only your computer, but
I heard you, Judge.
Oh,
green
okay.
lights go on there, then they can hear you through Zoom.
Okay, let me see, let me unmute myself. No, you can hear me okay, right, Ms. Levinstein? Okay. So you had an opportunity to confer? And what are we gonna do on this? You're muted.
Okay, so yes, this case is pretty old. The offense date was June of 20. So the state hasn't, well, the last time they tried to reach out to the complainant, I was told that they were able to leave a message but never heard back. So the state wanted a little more time to try one more time to reach the complainant. And then I'm hoping for a dismissal. But the problem is the defendant is, I don't know exactly where he is.
Yeah, well, that's another problem. Okay, well, we'll go ahead. Let me just give them a little more time. I'm going to reset this for March 15.
Okay, and I can comb through the file a little bit more and see if I can find any other identifiers to be able to locate him. But the appointment sheet says homeless. So,
Yeah, I know that's a real dilemma, but okay. So hopefully we'll be able to get it resolved by March 15. Okay,
sounds good. Thank you.
thank you very much. You take care.
You too.
All right.
Ms. Long's there.
Yes, okay, we're going to proceed now, and Ms. Sanchez is back. All right. I've already sworn in Ms. Long, I believe. So this is cause number 665600, the state of Texas versus Jamila Long. Council, please make your announcements.
Karina Sanchez for the state.
Michael Goins for the defendant, Your Honor.
All right, so are you, is that Jamila Long? Am I saying that correctly?
Yes.
Okay. Are you Jamila Long?
Yes.
Are you a U.S. citizen, ma'am?
Yes.
You've been charged with the offense of driving while intoxicated as a first offense. The range of punishment for that is up from a minimum of 72 hours up to 180 days in Bexar County Jail and or a fine up to $2,000. You see that on the screen?
Yes.
Okay, do you recognize this document as one that you reviewed with your attorney?
Yes.
So we're going to go to page 2 where it says defendant signature.
Mhm.
And did you sign that, ma'am?
Yes.
Do you understand that by signing that document, you're giving up your right to a jury trial, your right to remain silent, as well as those other rights listed in that document?
Yes.
All right. If you have an agreement with the state and I follow it, and then later you change your mind and you want to take back your plea, you would need my permission to do that. And I do not have to give that permission. Do you understand that?
Understand.
Okay, if I assess a harsher punishment than what you've agreed to, you can take back your plea and nothing that you've said or signed for today's hearing can be used against you. All right, and if you do plead no contest to this offense, I can still find you guilty of this offense. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Okay, so Mr. Goins, have you had an opportunity to discuss the charge with Ms. Long?
I have your,
In your opinion, does she have a factual as well as a rational understanding of the charge?
she does, Your Honor.
Has she been able to assist you in her defense?
She has, Your Honor.
I approve the waiver. Is there an agreement?
Yes, Your Honor. The agreement is a $500 fine. The state has agreed to probate $250 of that fine with court costs, 12 months deferred adjudication, 48 hours of community service. That's 4/8, Your Honor. The DWI education course, victim impact panel, an ATP evaluation, ignition interlock for half the term.
Mr. Goins, is that your understanding of the agreement?
It is, Your Honor.
All right, so Ms. Long, to the offense of driving while intoxicated as a first offense as a Class B misdemeanor, how do you plead, ma'am? You put on your waiver, no contest. Is that what you want to do?
Yes.
Okay, no contest. Is anybody forcing you to enter this plea?
No.
Are you doing this of your own free will?
Yes.
I accept your plea. I'm not making any findings of guilt. I place you on deferred adjudication for a period of 12 months, assess a $500 fine, but $250 of that is being probated plus court costs. You are to complete 48 hours community service, the DWI education course, victim impact panel, ATP evaluation, and install on your vehicle ignition interlock for 1/2 of your term of probation. Furthermore, I'm going to give you one more option. If you are fully vaccinated or you become fully vaccinated for COVID, I'll give you 24 hours credit against your community service hours. You just need to show proof to the probation department that that vaccination has been accomplished, okay? And it's purely an option, it's not mandatory, but I consider that a public service, so. All right, is there anything further from defense?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
State?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Okay. So at this time, I have followed your agreement, Ms. Long. So you do not have you may not appeal. You do not have a right to appeal. At this time, I'm going to review your personal data sheet. And I'm thinking I did not tell you the downside of this deferred adjudication, and I want to go back and do that. Because if you deferred adjudication can be a very good result for you, because if you keep all your promises, you will not have a conviction. But if for some reason you fail to comply with all the terms and conditions of your probation, and I follow the state's motion and revoke your community supervision, I can assess up to 180 days in Bexar County Jail, and you would have a very limited right of appeal. So it's really important that you know the downside. In addition to having a conviction, you have a lot of other significant consequences. So I want to wish you the best of luck, and I hope that you will make a success of this. Many people do go through this process, and it's a good thing for your future to be able to, as far as getting jobs, getting schooling, getting education, all this can have a negative consequence if it's not done correctly. Okay.
Okay.
So I want you to be fully informed, and I'm sure your attorney, he's a very good attorney. I'm sure he's already told you this, but I just want to emphasize how important it is for you to successfully complete this deferred adjudication. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. So the other thing is, do you swear that everything you put on your personal data sheet is true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes.
Okay. At this time, we're going to adjourn this hearing. I want to wish you the best of luck. I'm going to ask you and your attorney to join Mr. Corey Richardson in a breakout room. He's going to give you some important information on how to proceed and what to expect, okay? It's not going to be easy, but it'll be well worth the effort if you succeed on this, okay? So at this time, I think that we're going to adjourn. You take care, Ms. Long. And you will be on your screen a prompt that will say join room such and such. If you click on that, you and your lawyer will be meeting with Mr. Richardson, okay?
Okay. Thank you. Have a good day.
You too. You take care. Bye-bye.
Your Honor, did you go down to the courthouse today?
I did. And I have a reason to do that. Let me get
Is
off
it
of,
a,
let me get
is
off
it a
of,
ghost town over there?
yeah, I think so.